to run those routes, you still got a chance to actually run past people right now. Take your shot at the end zone early in the down and distance count.
Now Keenum. Sanders has it over the middle. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up second down.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. Now Keenum throwing on second. This will be caught inside the 10. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Courtland Sutton, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Broncos have taken the early lead. Looking sharp on that first drive. These guys, of course, coming off back-to-back victories. And you see that kind of advancing into this game, don't you?
You certainly do. And when you have a team that doesn't get too full of itself, even though they've won 2 games in a row, you get the end result that we saw there, that nice opening drive, because they're sharp, they're focused, and they're locked into everything that they're doing.
Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10.
13, 13. Six. 21.
They go play action here on first down. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. He's got it at the 15. And they're going to have this way down deep in Denver territory. A big play there for the Niners. 59 yards. '49ers with their first trip to the red zone thus far. They're looking at a 1st and goal from about the 9.
65.
From the gun, it's Garoppolo. And that is incomplete here.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby. The Red Sea parts, and there he goes. The 20. And it's a tremendous return as they finally get him at about the 10-yard line. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole, because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
He's going to get it running right. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. It's 2nd and goal, but now all the way back at the 14.
53.
Keenum. This will be caught at about the 6. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. That catch good for 8, but still, it's 3rd and goal now. So 3rd and goal, and the 49er faithful making some noise for their defense. Now they'll run it on the toss. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Give him a couple on the run there, and now they're in that in-between area here on 4th and goal. McManus able to put it through, and the lead moves to 10-zip. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces them to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. It's what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
And San Francisco gets set to go here. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know what, a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Brandon Marshall. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Yeah, we're good, we're good. Roger. Very left. 53.
After the interception, here's Keenum. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Thomas, the intended target. And now it's second down.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. Keenum will try again on second down. That's caught. It's Thomas. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. And that one results in 35 yards.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not...
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Denver. Case Keenum with his second touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Broncos will add on to their lead. He hit him earlier in this first quarter with his arm. Now he does it with his legs.
Right now, he's one of those stat stuffers that you see on the basketball court. You know, the guy with points, rebounds, assists, steals. One with the arm, one with the legs. Let's see if he can continue this pace.
And sending out the reminder that, yeah, look, I'm known for having an arm, but I can do it with the legs on occasion when I need to. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Jerick McKinnon now to return. And he spins past him and into space. He's at the 30. Past the 20. Touchdown, 49ers. Jerick McKinnon, 96 yards. And the 49ers get a score closer.
Brandon, my man, just one sentence for that one. Clinic.
And that's what they've done. They lead the league in points per game this season, but it's been quick strikeability as we saw on that drive.
I think they're actually intimidating defenses because they're back on their heels right away, wondering where it's going to come from, how they're going to hit them. This group is well organized, well coached, and extremely confident in what they do.
And coming out now, the Broncos. They have to be pleased with the way that they've moved the football thus far.
And why wouldn't they be? 2 touchdowns on a field goal in their first 3 possessions. They're playing so well right now, the field goal probably feels like a disappointment.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
Sometimes the coverage is so good, no matter what you're doing on offense, you just can't shake anyone free. They try their best to find someone open, but they took away every passing alley, every angle, and shut the play down.
The Broncos on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. I think a free play here for Keenum. Over the middle, complete. That's Sanders. And he's finally taken down, and it's a big gain there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. Now with the play clock about to expire, we get a whistle and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. To throw is Keenum. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down. So they have the big loss on that 1st down pass play and facing a 2nd and long.
Mary left. Take 52, 55, 52. 22. Hey, orange!
Keenum. He's going to air one out. This is caught inside the 15. And all the way down to the 10-yard line. It's a big play. Keenum to Thomas. And even 40 yards. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll get about 4 there as he takes it from the 10 down to the 6.
Yeah, we're good.
So that run gets him about halfway home.
Yeah, it's now 2nd and goal. The end zone beckons. It looms. They can do whatever they want. Full playbook. Run it again.
And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Jordan Reed, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Broncos will extend their lead. McManus's point after is good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The 49ers offense making its way back out there. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10.
11. Six.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Fights up. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. Derek Wolfe in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year. They're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21.
12. 13.
They fake the give. Now Garoppolo looks to throw. And he finds his target. It's Marquise Goodwin. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down. On play action, it's Garoppolo. Open man is Pettis. It's complete. And out across midfield down to the 45. A very solid gain of 27.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
Go ahead.
Throwing on first is Garoppolo. Over the middle, that's caught by Ross. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
11. Go ahead. 11. 21.
Garoppolo looks to throw once more. Over the middle, he finds Pettis complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. A good pickup there at 22. Garoppolo in the offense with a 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive.
11. Go ahead.
A first carry now for the former Viking. This is Jerick McKinnon. And this carry terminated at the 8-yard line. Good stick skill showing the power, but just not much room to operate. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Check. 65. Hey, go.
Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4.
Okay, no score on that play, but this guy's been a touchdown machine all year long. You know they trust him with the football.
From the gun on 3rd, Garoppolo. And that is incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play. And the officials are instructed, if there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
And Denver getting set to take the field. They are just putting things together so well here, drive after drive. They really have captured the momentum, haven't they?
They've taken momentum and pretty much not just give him a jersey, but a seat on the bench as well. Whatever do you need, you've got it, because the way they're stringing things together and creating that distance between them and their opponent is really hard to narrow that gap. And the other part is they're taking their spirit away from them, too.
And now they're just looking to add to that total. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and it'll be 2nd and very short. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. My good friend Charles and I right back at you after this. Back in his home state, Royce Freeman getting the carry. 2 yards on the pickup there, but it's enough to give him a new set of downs.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the 1st down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the 1st down. That's exactly what they did.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. And now they'll throw with Keenum. Looking for his tight end read, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 49. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory. That pick, his 9th on the season.
Remember when we were kids and you were playing Little League Baseball, and they penciled you in the 9 spot in the order? That wasn't so good, was it?
Were you in the 9 hole?
Or you played the 9 position, right field? That wasn't so great.
That wasn't. You're picking dandelions out there.
Exactly.
Right? But the 9 picks
9
you
picks, you want that in a big way. That's a great season.
Heck of a season.
13. 12.
So after the INT, it's Garoppolo. Gets this one left side to Pettis. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. A good pickup there, a 22. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. Garoppolo now, 6 of 10 in this first half. He's got his guys a first down here.
11.
Throwing now is Garoppolo. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you go make a play on the football.
Back to the air on second. It's Garoppolo. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Jerick McKinnon. A touchdown on a kick return and now one through the air. And the 49ers make some inroads here on that deficit. This time the extra point up and good. And this is back to an 8-point game. So the lead trimmed down to 8 as here comes the kickoff, and it's away. Isaiah McKenzie now on the return. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Now this Broncos offensive unit ready to head back out onto the field. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Stand down.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Caught on the right side, Reed. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. As the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half.
Go,
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
Hey, on yours! On yours! 53.
A shotgun snap for Keenum. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But it looked like, fortunately, the Broncos able to recover. And now the 49ers signal for a timeout defensively, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. The Broncos on third down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 17. From the gun, it's Keenum. And he's going to go down again. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. So on 4th down, here's Marquette King to punt it away. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. The 49er offense now making their way out onto the field. And you got to think, if this is anything other than just taking a knee, I'd be very surprised.
Yeah, they've got enough to talk about at the half. Why do anything else? Just get out of there.
And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. Final play of the first half, barring a penalty, as they come up on 1st and 10. And fights through one man. He's got the lane, and there he goes. He's at the 40, 20, 10, 5. And he does take it in for the touchdown, but a flag on the field, and I don't think this is going to stand.
Yeah, don't put the points on the board just yet.
So we come upon halftime with the visiting Broncos taking the lead to the locker room. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here comes the 49ers offensive unit as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up.
Hey, 21.
They'll start on the ground with Breida, and he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
So statistically, both of these offenses having a rough time getting a running game going. But, boy, what a nice play there defensively.
Tackling him behind the line, but you're right. You look at the numbers. Neither side looks on track in the ground game. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. On 2nd down, here's Garoppolo. He's letting it fly for Cooks. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. An excellent pickup of 34 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Now a play fake here on 1st down. He sets to fire deep. So they took a shot on 1st down but couldn't connect. You got a young quarterback. Maybe that's just an example of a growing pain for him.
I think you're right about that, because when the game starts to move fast and it moves quickly on him, a lot of times they fall back on what they know best, their arm. He's slinging it on this one. Had a wide-open target, but didn't have the proper footwork to increase his accuracy.
So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43.
12. 21.
Garoppolo again here on 2nd and 10. He's going to air one out. And this is taken in at the 5. A big play there for the Niners. 42 yards.
That's a big-time pitch and catch right there. And, partner, I remember the days when quarterbacks would try this. They were holding their breath. But nowadays, they're counting on their receiver to be just a little bit better than the defensive back when it's one-on-one and the ball's in the air like that.
And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
That's a really alert defense there, because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Back at the 2 now. Here's 2nd and goal. trying to run with Breida. And across the goal line into the end zone. Touchdown 49ers. A great effort there. Touchdown number 18 on the year. And the 49ers move back within a couple of the lead. And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for two. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. Oh, some strong running. And this will be caught as they convert here for two. Nothing separating these two teams on the scoreboard as the kick's away here. On the return, it's McKenzie. Spinning away. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. So now a look at the Broncos as they head back out there for their first possession of the second half. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You got everything going your way. You're probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
Now Keenum, buying time to his left, and he just gets rid of it, throws it away. A wise move there, looked like nobody open, now second down. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise. Because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He lost two there, and it's third down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Throwing on third down, Keenum. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Partner, the way this offense has marched up and down the field during this game, it's almost a surprise to see an incomplete pass on third down, isn't it?
Yeah, they have had their foot on the gas all game long, but here finally stalling out. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And San Francisco gets set to go here. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
Here's Garoppolo on 1st and 10. He's going to let this one go deep. And got his man complete. A big play there for the Niners. 57 yards. Well, we haven't been shortchanged on offense. Another fun play to watch there on the deep pass.
This game has the feel of, what, a turkey bowl, a Thanksgiving day. You know, when we get together this year and the Davises and the Gardens get together, that's what our playbook's going to look like they're throwing them up to the dirt.
And across the chalk into the end zone, it's a 49er touchdown. George Kittle, his second touchdown on the season. And the 49ers have moved out in front. Point after, right down the middle. And they will take a 7-point lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. On the return, it's McKenzie. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. So the Broncos coming out now. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. On 1st and 10, here's Keenum. And he'll find Sutton on the right side, complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That goes for a gain of 31. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up 2nd.
Sometimes with the running game, you just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe you change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
And they'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for 3rd down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Throwing is Keenum on 3rd down. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. And that sack certainly just strengthening his candidacy for Defensive Player of the Year. You think he's got that one in the bag yet?
I'm not willing to vote quite yet just because I want to wait till the season's over, but he is really tracking towards it. Just look at all the great plays we've seen from him throughout the season. Strength plays that you referenced there, as well as agility plays. Yeah. They just have not found a way to block him consistently.
These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10.
65.
Garoppolo now, 1st down throw. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10.
11. 6.
Garoppolo to try again on 2nd down. He finds Ross, right side, it's complete. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. 2nd down pass play got them 8 yards. Now they've got a 3rd and a couple remaining.
21. Here we go. 11.
They fake the give. Now Garoppolo looks to throw. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game, and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, 3rd quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot, but they have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall.
The Broncos offense now gets ready to head back onto the field. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they've got to make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. Give him 7 on the play, and it'll bring up a 2nd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3.
Hey, go, Roger. Hey.
They'll try the ground game here with the running back. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Right back to him on 1st down. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A Bronco 1st down there, 12 yards on the play.
Well, as we've learned over the years, just because a guy plays left tackle doesn't mean he doesn't have run blocking abilities, and we just saw it there. Controlled the line of scrimmage, created a big gain.
That's kind of a bonus. He's there to protect that high value that you have back under center, but he creates space in the run game.
Yeah, not only can he dance, he can mash, too.
Keenum on 1st down. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
Press coverage on the outside, and for defenders, that's the ultimate risk-reward. If you take the risk, can you reward yourself by keeping them on the line of scrimmage? But no, not on that one. Got to step on him. Now it's just a matter of laying the ball out there for him to go get it.
Keenum now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Keenum. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Looking to go back to Thomas again, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Keenum. Looking again for Thomas. This time complete. And down inside the 15 he goes. A Bronco 1st down. Keenum hooking up with Thomas. And they'll go with a ground attack here. And power running here down to the 6-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
And they'll run it here. And he gets it a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4. The good run on 1st down followed up by a not-so-good run on 2nd down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on 3rd down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
Trying a little razzle-dazzle on 3rd and short. They'll be marked inches short. No gain on the play, and that's going to lead them to 4th down.
We got three down. Hey, fellas, we got 3. Let's
go. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Now Keenum got to have this one. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sacked back around the 8. Eddie Vanderdoes able to get him for a loss of about 3. Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10. handoff to Breida to begin the drive. And he'll go down for a loss inside his own 5 at the 4. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Now Garoppolo throwing on 2nd. Over the middle, that's caught by Ross. And they'll get him down up past the 15-yard line. Trying to find some space to operate, and now they'll have it. A gain of 12, a big first down to get away from the end zone. So a little breathing room now. 1st and 10 at the 17.
White. 12. 21.
Throwing on first is Garoppolo. A dump down to McKinnon. And a nice little quick spin move before he's dropped. And a pretty good gain. They'll give him 8 on the play, and it'll make it 2nd down.
But it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a Turkey Bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
Garoppolo to throw on 2nd down. And the Broncos get there and take him down. The man who won a Super Bowl MVP award on this very field, Von Miller, in there to get him. And that's sack number 12 for him on the year. So the sack of Garoppolo. And now what can they come up with on 3rd and long?
Hey. 13. Check. 6.
Here's Garoppolo to throw. It's caught left side by Cooks. They give him 27 yards on the 3rd down conversion. Well, probably the only thing he did wrong there was go out of bounds, nursing this 4th quarter lead. You want to stay in, eat the clock.
Yeah, you got to love the effort, the catch, the extra yardage, but you got to know the situation. Stay in bounds, young man.
White. 6.
On 1st down, Garoppolo. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And he is going to recover his own fumble, but boy, a big loss on this play. Wow. Now the Broncos are going to take a timeout. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter.
21.
On play action, now Garoppolo looking deep downfield. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Adam Jones. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. So now he's equaled his interception total from a week ago. Remember, Charles, he had 3 last week.
And you know, all week long he vowed to take that number down. Told the guys on the team, don't worry, things are going to pick up. I've got this. But he is in a major league rut right now. Let's see if his teammates can pick him up along the way.
You're right. He talked about being cool, calm, collective, rebounding. Not rebounding right here. Back to throw, Keenum. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
On 2nd and 10, Keenum throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll go down at the 28. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and they're going to have a 3rd down. Keenum. He throws and he hits the slant route to Thomas. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. 13 yards as the quick slant keeps the drive moving. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this.
Let's go, let's go. All right. Hey, 52 is the mic.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage back at the 17. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. This linebacking core, they've done a good job of keeping that running game in check, haven't they?
They certainly have, and what they'll also do when this game is over is thank the guys up front, the big defensive line, because they've kept them clean, so to speak. Not letting blockers get to them, allowing them to run to the football and keep that running game bottled up.
He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a third down situation.
Nice job there defensively. A great time to dial up a blitz.
And give him credit under center instead of throwing it away. Actually a pretty good job of getting past the line of scrimmage, not losing yardage. The Broncos on third down, not quite 50%, 4 for 9. This is 3rd and 7.
22. 22.
He'll look to throw. Being chased out left. He dropped it. Couldn't hang on in the end zone. So no 6 points, incomplete. What a great sequence by this defense so far. They've given him nowhere to go with the football.
And they just have to make it stand up one more time because it appears that they've got their number. Can they not have a slip up here and allow the touchdown?
Down 4 late. Got to go for it here on 4th down.
Down. 53.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And I do believe this is going to wind up a safety. It is. It's a safety. How about that for a wacky play? Wow, what a disaster. You talk about a guy making a good play on the interception and then just trying to be too cute on the return.
It almost felt like his own gyroscope really got out of whack, didn't it? Going backwards into your own end zone after such a great play. Totally disoriented and gave up 2 points for his team.
Now the free kick comes after the safety from the 20 as they bring the punter on to try and get some hang time here. So they will accept the penalty and move forward.
Roger.
He's back to throw. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Work with me, partner. Take a deep breath because that's what they're doing down the field now. That incompletion allowed them to exhale a little bit. Get in the huddle. Kind of scan the crowd. See if any celebrities are here. Relax a little bit as they start this big drive.
2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line. Back to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 7, and just like that, it's 3rd down. They'll look to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. This pass rush, they've been excellent all game long, and another example of it right there in the closing moment.
Not only with the pass rush, but how well they're coached, because if you don't quite get there, get to the quarterback, get your hands up into the passing lane and knock it away, as we just saw there.
Now, the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. Back to throw. Complete outright to Jake Butt. And now this is going to be close. The defense says they stopped him, and they did. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and that's going to be just about all she wrote for this one. Now it's Breida trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. And now the Broncos will burn another timeout here, as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game. Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10. They run again with Breida, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here, as they stop it with 22 ticks to go in the 4th. The Niners on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. This is Breida. Oh, and now he bowls him over. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one, and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Now let's see how the offense still out there. They elect to go on 4th and 11. They'll go for it. It's Garoppolo, and he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Well, we saw a close game that kept us on the edge of our seats down to that final whistle. And right before that final whistle, defense with one last exclamation mark there, getting the sack to end it.
I love how you phrased it, because we were waiting to see what would happen. Obviously, we thought something would happen downfield. Instead, it happens in the offensive backfield, and that's your ball game.
So for the 49ers, the win pushes their record now to 11-2 on the year. And they'll get to stay home again next week as the Seattle Seahawks come to town. Meanwhile, for the Broncos, they can ill afford to drop too many more as they fall to 7-6.